I remember growing up, like listening to your song on the radio for the first time.
And I've always been the type that I've never been dumped. So like if you do something to me that makes me mad, I won't feel it until like a couple of hours later. I'll be like, that I can't believe she did that.
你微笑的唇形总勾着我的心 You don't have to live under the weight of the whole world on your shoulder.
Hi everyone, I'm Dena and welcome to my channel. Today here is another episode of my series called Dena and Superstar Friends. And today,
What a cute name.
right? Today I'm thrilled to have someone, she's not only a superstar, but also I'm lucky enough to call a friend, Kimberley, here up on my channel. Hi Kimberley.
Hello. Hi everyone.
Hi. How have you been?
I have been good. I have a present for you.
Oh, thank you!
This is my album, non-album. I'll explain later why it's an album, non-album. This is our little merch thingy. It's like an environmentally friendly, like a thing that you can like hold on your cup.
手提袋.
手提袋, so you can like pop it on, hold it.
That is so
Yeah,
cute. Also, I really like this font.
Thank you.
So today you're here mainly because you just released a brand new album. Do you want to share us more about 是专辑又不是专辑的
Yes.
album?
So the reason why it's not an album is because it actually doesn't have a CD. I wrote it down. Everything we used is environmentally friendly, recyclable. It can be put into manure in the future. The reason why I did this was because my whole album's concept is about coexisting.
Right.
And one of the big things in coexistence is, you know, the environment, because we want to live peacefully and happily and harmoniously with Mother Earth. You know, like now our computers or our cars, we don't really have CD players. That's why it's not really called an album.
Oh, there's no CD.
That's why there's like this weird ass QR code right here. And then we have another QR code on one of the cards on the inside. It's called a Kimbot. A 心理测验, like a personality
I
test.
love those tests. By the way, these photos that you've taken, they're so pretty. Like
you.
a lot of my friends wanted me to tell you that 这是你视觉超美的. So this is the QR code.
This is
that
the
you
QR code to
mentioned.
Kimbot. And
Okay.
this is where you can do your little personality test, and then it will customize a kitty, a little AI kitty.
So if you want to figure out what kind of kitty you are, make sure you go and find this particular. I think people are probably wondering how we met. Do you want to share a little bit about like how we met?
The first time I ever saw Dena was when I got off stage and you were waiting to go on stage, like in the outside
Yes.
green room.
Yes,
And
yeah.
I was like, oh my God, hi. And then you were so bubbly too, and we were just like, hi. And then it was very nice.
That was such a long time ago. I remember it was a campus show and then I was still with my ex.
I wasn't sure if I was gonna say. I was like, yes, we saw that dude too. I think you had was it moved back?
Yes, I
Right?
just gotten back from Boston. And then we realized that we have a mutual friend.
Yes.
And then we started hanging out. I remember
Yes.
that time we hung out, it was because I had like this really serious boy issue.
Yes.
That I really-
Oh my God. And it was like going through something. Well, I was like tearing up in like the coffee shop. It was so funny.
Let's talk about my first impression on you. I remember growing up, like listening to your song on the radio for the first time. I actually never told you this in person.
Yeah.
I know,
I'm
like you're like a little bit nervous.
I am, but I'm like really happy at the same time. Okay, I'm gonna stop interrupting you.
So when I first heard Aini on the radio for the first time, I was like, first of all, this is a great song. Like the melody line and everything, it's so nice. Also, like your voice is very distinctive. You have like a really bright voice, and then I started looking you up. And then I was like, oh my gosh, she also looks so cute. Like I want to be her.
Thank you. I feel so flattered. And back then, my voice is very like I was very fetus Kimberley. At the beginning, I didn't even know what the lyrics meant because my Chinese was so bad at the beginning. And
Because you grew up in Australia.
yes, 二次课地球 was like what? Up until now, I'm just like, I don't normally say that.
Right. Did you know that it was going to be this big?
No, I didn't. So I was 16, I think just 16 when I recorded it. And I was about to turn 18 when it was released.
Speaking of being so young and having such a popular hit song, and you basically like grew up in front of everyone.
Yeah, I realized that now looking back. When I was 15, I was like, I'm an adult already. And now I'm like, stupid girl. You stupid little girl. And I embarrassed myself a lot too in front of everybody.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about what was it like growing up in front of people, and being a teenager means you're gonna embarrass yourself. You're gonna try to figure yourself out in front of people. You're probably gonna make some mistakes. How was it like growing up in front of people, like stumbling or like falling sometimes? What was the process like for you?
I think I just didn't realize that everything would be emphasized and like magnified. Thank you. It was difficult at the beginning, and I think I learned to turn it off for a while. I kind of just learned to not care, and I was pretending very hard.
I guess deep down inside you still...
I think but I was really good at shutting it off to the point where like I had like convinced myself that I don't care. And I think it was good because I wouldn't ever get into that really, really bad hole. But then people around me were very supportive, and I really appreciated that.
At least you had like a good support system
Yeah,
to be there
I did.
for you.
I did.
When you were having doubts and when you're like...
I was very lucky.
back in
My parents, my friends. I think there were times where I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore. And they'd be like, no, you can't give up this opportunity. Put it in different perspectives for me. At the end of the day, I'd be like, the part I love about this job is the singing part and the performing part. That's like the best part for me. Every time I go on stage, even if I'm having a really shitty day or something bad has happened, once I'm like singing, and I tend to close my eyes a lot when I sing, and I'll forget about what I was upset about or what I was like, moody about.
Right.
Yeah. And I love school shows the most. The campus shows are the greatest.
Me
because,
too. They're so enthusiastic.
Yeah, and it's so much
passionate.
Fun. It's so great. I don't feel as much pressure, I guess.
What do you feel like is the best mindset you've learned?
I think for me, it's perspective. People say like you stop and smell the flowers, right? And I think that means to really just stop and realize what's beautiful around you and what you have around you.
Yes.
And I know it's really hard to say because on a bad day, like I have to remind myself too. And it really depends on what's important to you. For me, I think about really basic stuff. I think like, I'm really lucky that like the people around me are healthy and happy. I have a roof over my head. I get to drink clean water. I know this sounds very basic and stuff, but I just feel like in this world there are so many people that are struggling.
Yes.
And we see it a lot. And I know it's hard to look at. I also feel like, it could happen to us. You like the future is so unknown, and I just feel very appreciative. Even if you're going through something shitty, but like, the bigger picture wise, like we're still here breathing happily, still get to do what we want most of the time.
Yes. What you mentioned, I heard two big ideas. First is to be grateful, mindfulness. That's the grateful practice. I really like that. And then the second one is to think bigger. I actually really like these two mindsets when I personally go through like struggles. I remember this time when I like broke up with my ex. It took me such a long time to like actually 回归自己的 energy. And then this one friend was like slap me in the face and be like, Dena, do you know like you're here whining and other people like 没有饭吃 or something. He didn't like slap me in the face, but he sent
Wake up call.
Yeah, it was definitely like a big call out, and then it helped. It really helped. It's always a nice method to get you out of a really, really sad or emotional state. Have you ever experienced a tug-of-war between pleasing others and staying true to yourself? And how did you grow from that experience?
Okay, actually recently I've been thinking about this a lot. This also comes with time and experience. I've always felt like a lot of the things that I'm not familiar or good at, I always want to give that responsibility to someone that is. So I'm always very trusting of like the team or others that are, in their job roles pretty much. And then recently, I feel like I need to take control. And I guess this album for me has been like, 我不能妥协. Recently, someone told me that Billie Eilish and her brother Phineas have this thing where they ask all of your albums, everything you've put out before, is it a fear or is it fart? Fear is like you did it out of fear. And fart is like you're smelling your fart because it's so effing awesome. It's like, I know it's weird. Maybe I'm not explaining it well.
Is it like you have to ask yourself what you're doing, is it out of fear or out of passion?
Except they used fart instead.
The reason why they use fart is because sometimes whatever you create, like you don't know if it's good or bad, but what matters is what you feel about it. Fart could be good, fart could be bad.
But it's your fart and you can smell it. It's like, I did this. I think that's what it means. It's like literally like when people are feeling like good about themselves, it's like they're smelling their farts and they're still like, yeah, I'm awesome. And I thought that was so cute. I can literally describe like everything that I've done with a fear or a fart.
Yeah.
And everything I think before Kiki, I think the EP and the mixtape that I did was like half fear, half fart. It was like a feart. I guess when I was a lot younger, I would pick fear just because I just wasn't sure. I was so young and everyone around me was significantly older and so much more experienced than I was. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna listen to everybody and I'm just gonna do what I'm told. And singing songs about love, and I didn't really understand the Chinese part, and because I was so much younger, I didn't understand it the same as how I do now. I view it and I feel it a lot differently. But it's a process.
I do feel like it is okay, like if you're watching and you're a teenager or you're still trying to figure out, it is okay to like be scared sometimes and let fear take control a little bit, but just as long as you make sure that there's still like a little element of fart in there.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, and it reminded me of a quote. Don't let fear determine who you are. Let your passion determine who you are. I think that person was me. I said that.
So like I have a quote for myself.
But then again, you also reminded us that it is okay to go through that because it sometimes is a process, right?
Yeah, I really think it is. I still feel like I'm in the process because I feel like I'm still doing some things based on, you know, I'm worried, I'm scared about the future. I think it's really a process for everybody to have to go through.
Speaking of like feeling emotions, circling back to your album, you did mention how this album is like your new realization of how we have these different feelings, and it is okay to sit with all of these different feelings at once. A lot of people would feel like, oh, I only have this feeling, and if I have this feeling, I need to like quickly let that go because it's not good for me, blah, blah, blah. How did you come up with this realization, and was there like a distinctive moment?
I think it's because, I guess in my career, I feel like I've had ups and downs. So I guess when I was going through certain lows, although it sucks right now, it humbles me and it makes me a lot stronger. And it makes me think in a lot of different ways to the point where I feel like, okay, this is like a bad situation or I'm not feeling great in it, but actually what it's gonna bring for me in the future is something that I can't see right now, but I will be able to in the future. And I've always done that from the future point of view where I'm like, that happened and it changed me or it made me see things in a different light. It helps me be accepting of everything. I can also work on myself.
We're not perfect.
Yeah, and I feel like I can get a little aggressive. I'm very direct.
You are.
I am very direct, yeah. And I realize sometimes, like, you know, it's not good to be direct all the time. You know, I have to pick when, be selective, kind of, you know, understand my social cues. You know, I guess with age and growing up, kind of 检讨, 反省, like
introspective.
And it's because I want to be a better person. I don't want to give people the wrong idea when I don't mean to, and that's not my intention.
Right.
No, I come across a situation where someone isn't being that nice to me, it's okay. It's them, and I'm just, you know, it's fine. But I mean, like, I'm sure, like, if the other person wanted to talk to you about it, you'd be totally okay to talk about it.
Yes.
Like, open.
Oh, 对, be open to becoming a better person. It's only when you're open, you have the opportunity to become a better person. You learn. I have two last questions for you. So ever since I've known you, I felt like you've been in committed relationships.
It's so weird. A lot of people always think that I'm the type to be out like partying and like getting my date on. Almost everyone has of me. I've been thinking about this recently. So I grew up, I went to an all-girls school. So I did not see a lot of guys when I was younger. And I watched a lot of movies, you know, rom-coms like Hilary Duff.
Cinderella Story.
Yes! Oh my God!
Like my favorite movie.
It is like the pillar of expectations for love. Yeah. And that's what happened to me. I had this like...
You found a Chad?
No, but did you find Chad?
I did not.
I found him in One Tree Hill later. I think I had this like, kind of like this expectation and this dream to be in love because of these movies. Right. And whenever I would meet somebody and I would feel those feelings, I'd be like, so great. Okay. And then I would want to like, you know, be in a relationship with this person so I could feel them to the max, right? And then I just pursue a relationship and I'm very serious, I guess, in my relationship. 16 maybe. I've just been in serious relationships. I've been single for a little while, but I've never liked dating. I've never enjoyed being like...
So you've never gone through a hoe phase?
maybe a very short hoe phase.
Okay.
It was like very 浓缩. And I've always been the type that I've never been dumped. But just because I think I always sense that, oh, it's not working out. And then I try to fix it. And I'm very verbal with my partner. I'm not happy with this, or can we work on this?
Right.
And if we don't work on this, I feel like we're gonna drift apart. And then we do drift apart and it's too late. You know, it's always like break up with them and then they're like trying to do all that stuff that they promised to do. I am sad at the end. But then I've had a lot of time to prepare being sad because maybe like...
Because you already like saw it coming kind of.
Yeah, like I can see it. I'm like, okay, 6 months before we actually break up, I feel like, oh no, like can we save it? I want to save it. I'm like, come on, dude, please, like stop doing that. Or like,
Yeah, stop
come on, like
doing
just stop.
that.
And like in that process, I'm really sad. Try for a while. And then you realize all the trying and all the effort don't mean shit.
How about right now? Do you feel like, because I definitely do feel that sometimes where like, I don't want to change anyone right now. Maybe my person is just there like ready for me. Do you feel that way when you met your current boyfriend?
I think that's like the ideal way of, I guess, an expectation or hope. But I realize, I mean, someone will never be exactly the way you hope for them to be. They could be in certain aspects. They could be like maybe 90%, 95%. But there's gonna definitely be something about the person that you're just not really, you don't match well, or it's just really different. I realized that is unavoidable. You should pick a person or hopefully find a person that is very, very matching with you on
At least like 80%.
Yeah, the last 20%, you know, you're gonna have to work on. And I feel like the working on part is hard. And it's not only working on them, it's working on yourself too. If you want someone to change, I think you have to meet them like halfway.
Yes.
I think that's fair. I still want them to have their
who they are.
Yeah, their originality, and the reason why I was, you know, originally we fell in love because you are you, I am I.
That's really important.
Yeah, and if you find someone that is on the same, I think it's the same wavelength, and they're at the same kind of phase in their life, they understand what you're going through. Maybe they've been there before, and they can kind of, you know, be supportive and nurturing of you. At the same time, like when you see those red flags, please stop. You know, like red flags are for a reason.
Please open your eyes.
It's hard to like, you know, kind of determine which things are red flags and which things, you know, because it depends. It varies for different people. I feel like with my current boyfriend, that's what I'm doing. We're learning lots about each other. And I feel like although we've been together for over 2 years, but there's just still so much you can learn about someone. There's still so much you can hate about someone too. Like there's just so many unknown things. That's the point of life. That's the point of 谈感情, right? To feel emotion and to feel like all these things. Because if you didn't want to feel emotions, then you could just not have any friends.
Yes, to me it's about meaningful connections. But meaningful connections also come with different emotions. We're back to talking about emotions because we're all human and we're all not perfect, right? But that's what makes everything so beautiful.
Yeah,
I guess.
unique.
Last question. Okay. What do you think is the key to having a long-lasting, healthy relationship?
I think the goal is to not have a long-lasting relationship.
Okay.
I know that sounds a bit weird. Not that I want a short-lasting relationship, but I feel like sometimes things don't last forever. And I think that's okay. But I really appreciate the journey. Even though something ends doesn't mean you have to feel sour about it. Even if something doesn't last super, super long, I'm okay with that. And I don't think about the pressure that I might have to.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't give me that pressure and it doesn't take a toll on what is going on right now.
Or like what is beautiful right now.
Do you have pressure to get married?
I don't have pressure to get married, but I do have pressure to like find the one. Like I really want to find my person, but it's been a journey. Like I have not.
But like, have you ever thought that like you are your own person?
But I still want some masculine energy.
I know what you mean. But like, I guess it's like someone that can nurture and support you.
I want someone to like be there for me, or I can be there. It's like I want a partnership.
I get what you mean. Man, it's so funny. Like when you're in a relationship, you're always like, oh my God, I want the free time. And I want the me time. And I want like no partnership. No, I'm just kidding. You know, it's like the grass is always greener on the other side.
Yes.
Like honestly, in the past when I was getting to the end of a relationship, and I think it's to hide like the sadness. I've always been the type like, yeah, let's do the rebound thing. And I just want to go and date people and have fun and just be like single. I'm like, woohoo, in my mind. Now that I've gotten, I guess, I feel like, yes, I'm growing. I say to my boyfriend, like, if we have arguments or like we're talking or like whatever, I always say to him, like, you know, I love you and I choose you, not because I want a partner, but it's just because I really love you as a person. If it's not you, then I wouldn't want to date anybody right now. I would want all that time to be for myself. And I think that's just because I've always been in relationships. So it's always been me thinking for someone else. It's always been me thinking about the future or me thinking about blah, 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 blah. Finally, I'm just like, oh, I kind of just want to think about myself. I kind of just want to be the only protagonist in my story. So I feel like we're kind of on like opposite like mindsets, which is interesting.
But I really like the idea how you mentioned how it's okay to not have something forever. It's really more about appreciating the moment, the power of now. Thank you so much for joining our QA session.
Thank you.
Now we are going to our like game section.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
You are a vegan. So we designed a cute little game for us to try. It's a tempo game.
Okay, this is so funny.
菜菜菜菜 A 菜 A 菜 A 菜 A 菜高丽菜高丽菜高丽菜高丽菜 vegetable 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 vegetable.
Okay. Sounds so intense, like vegetable.
Do you want to go first?
Okay. 1, 2. 菜 A 菜高丽菜 vegetable. Oh my god, it keeps going. I thought it was just one line. I'm gonna really focus. Hold on.
If you can do it, 我们就唱你的新歌。
Holy crap. Okay. 菜 A 菜高丽菜 vegetable A 菜高丽菜 vegetable 菜高丽菜 vegetable 菜 A 菜高丽菜 Oh my god, no, you guys are so close. Do you want to try it?
Okay, let me try.
All right.
菜 A 菜高丽菜 vegetable 高菜。
高菜好吃。
Wait, I can do it.
You can do it.
Okay. 菜 A 菜高丽菜 vegetable. Wow, I was so wrong. A 菜 vegetable. I can do it.
So funny.
菜 A 菜高丽菜 vegetable. A 菜高丽菜 vegetable. 菜高丽菜 vegetable. 菜 A 菜 vegetable. 菜 A 菜高丽菜。
我太激动。I think you kind of got there.
Yeah,
you got there.
I think I basically got there.
This is so funny.
回到我们的 very last section, which is I always do, and we all know 爱你是你的 biggest debut, and I'm such a huge fan of that song. Also, shout out to Scott. I have the privilege to sing this song with you.
Oh my god, we've known each other for so long, so this will be the first time singing, so I'm excited.
而此刻地球只剩我们而已，你微笑的唇形最美丽。
Thank you. Amazing. So talented, Dena.
You're talented.
You're talented. Oh my god, look at you just doing your thing.
Do you have a favorite song out of your album?
Ooh, I have many. Since we have your beautiful guitar playing skills today, we must sing Good On You. Good On You is such a vibe.
That one is my favorite.
My love, my love, my love looks good on you. My love, my love, my love looks good on you. 对你无力抗拒。Yeah, I love this. It's so 温柔。
International.
It is bilingual.
Thank you, Kimberley, for joining my show.
Thank you for having me.
Do you have any last words for people that you want to share?
I just want to thank everybody for all your support, and I'm super happy to finally be able to share Kiki with you guys. So if you guys haven't heard it yet, get on your music platform and stream that.
It's out on every single music platform,
it is.
everyone. If you don't listen to it, there's no excuse.
I've never seen you so shown before.
Do you like it?
I do. I think it's really sexy. Keep doing it.
Thank you for your album.
Thank you.
This is so nice. I also got a little something for you.
Oh my gosh.
You can open it.
Dena always gives me little goodies and presents.
This is a gift that I made with my sister, inspired by my new single called 我又EMO了.
Oh my god, what is it going to be? I love all your merch. Oh my god, I love this. Oh my god, it's so cute. Oh my god, I love stuff like this. Wait, there's another sticker in there. Hold on. 辣女孩互动会.
互助会.
Oh, 互助会. Emo but hot, yes. Oh my god. This is going on my bag.
Emo but hot.
Oh my god, there's even my name.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having me. Oh.
Don't forget to stream Kimberley's latest new album, Kiki, and also my new single, 我又EMO了, okay? And we shall see you guys in another video.
Bye.